So I first found out about the Hiring Our Heroes program through a colleague of ours who had participated, was a Marine, and mentioned the opportunity to work with other veterans who are transitioning from the military life to the civilian life. And that resonated with me immediately because I just watched my brother-in-law transition from a long career in the Marines to civilian life, and there seemed to be a lot of challenges with that transition. We were happy to be able to work with two Marine Corps veterans who already had the skills that we were looking for in project management and finance, and we were able to help them transition those skills that they had already learned in the Marine Corps into the civilian world. And we did that by giving them an opportunity to work in an office environment and have some real responsibilities. And ultimately, we think it worked out great. I would highly recommend the program, and we're looking forward to working with Hiring Our Heroes again.
My name's Jack, and I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I served in the Marine Corps. I got out as a captain after 4 years serving. So my senior year of high school, I started getting interested. I started thinking a lot about freedom and how often it's probably taken for granted in the US. So I started looking for ways to give back, and I saw military service as a way to do that. I was deployed in Kuwait and Iraq. In Kuwait, I served as a battle captain. So dealing with current operations in the fight against ISIS and coordinating and reporting those operations. And then in Iraq, I was a strategic planner. So I kind of dealt in the 3 to 12 month time horizon, planning strategic initiatives in that same mission in the fight against ISIS. So a lot of military service members really struggle when transitioning from the military to the civilian workforce. And the Hiring Our Heroes Corporate Fellowship Program is a 12-week internship or fellowship that you get to do with a civilian company while you're still completing the rest of your military service. And you can get that hands-on training and experience in a field that interests you, and it'll allow you to really find out what you might like to do or maybe what you don't want to do, but you'll have a better idea knowing what you're looking for in a job after you complete the program. Once I made the decision to transition out of the military, it was probably about a year before I actually got out. So I spent a lot of time preparing and thinking about what I might want to do. And in that search from transitioning from the military, you start realizing all of these opportunities that are available for veterans. So I found the Corporate Fellowship Program by searching online for opportunities, and it seemed like the best possible opportunity for transition that I could dream of. Before the fellowship begins, there's a sort of matching process that happens. The program manager for the Corporate Fellowship Program sends out a list of all the companies and the positions that are available. And then, so I took that list and I went through, and I knew I wanted to go into tech. So I searched for the companies and the positions that would best allow me to get there. Product manager for GoShare really stood out for me. So a bit after that, we had a networking event. So I immediately searched for the person with the GoShare shirt. It ended up being Sean, the CEO, and we had a great conversation. And then luckily after that, in the interview and matching process, that's where I ended up. So I think my military service prepared me for working at GoShare. The ability to work with people and collaborate cross-functionally, you get that a lot in the Marine Corps and the military in general. So I think those types of experiences, to be able to work with different diverse groups of people to solve problems, is common amongst the military and civilians workforce. So I think that's an advantage we have as well. In the military, there's the mindset that we're going to get the mission accomplished no matter what, and that mindset transitions well to the civilian world as well. If I were to give advice for a transitioning service member, I'd say two things. Number one is prepare. Do your research, spend time looking at what's available, thinking about what types of jobs you could see yourself in, and also research what type of opportunities are available to transitioning service members. There's like the corporate fellowship program, there are a ton of programs out there that companies offer, nonprofits, and really just a ton of opportunity to get experience in the civilian sector and figure out what you want to do. So number one, prepare, and then number two is have confidence that your skills that you learned in the military will transfer to the civilian workforce, because they will. The advice I would give to employers on hiring veterans is hire for attitude, train for aptitude. There's a lot of technical skill sets in the military that will transfer well to the civilian world, but a lot of times they're harder to see. So if you focus on trying to just find good people that can solve problems, I think you'll see that veterans are in that group. You can train them for the nuances of the specific position once they get there. You'll end up having a higher quality workforce.